Puesto Impastore, Rockstar. It's the fake Rockstar chat show. Pensieri Tangentiale, formerly known as Tangential Thought Chat Show. We got a podcast that we worked on the last Friday of 2025. It's the last Tuesday of 2022. Well, actually, tomorrow's the last day of 2025. Tomorrow's the last day of 2025. Tomorrow's the last day of 2025. All right, so I just want to talk about this NFL stuff real quick. It's just a quick little reaction type thing. All right. This is after 18 weeks. So like, there's a couple little points I just kind of sort of want to make, right? There's a couple little points I kind of want to make. So, we can actually do a Q. We'll do NFL reaction. After 18 weeks. So, whatchamacallit, bro? Okay. Let me put this over on this side right now. First of all, hearing that, right? First of all, hearing that 18 weeks, like it's after 18 weeks. There are more games. There are more games to be played. Coming up January 4th, I think, is the next set of games or whatever that weekend. There's another set of games coming up. Like I think January 4th. Whoa. But it's the reason I'm saying this is because it's like some of those things that you thought you might have wanted, and it's like it's here, and it's like I don't know. I'm not necessarily like I'm just not. I don't. It's like, bro, they still playing, bro, and now this will kind of sort of lead to another little thing, because like you saw it in like the NBA. In the NBA, you had people load managing or taking games off and all this other stuff. They're trying to make sure that they're good and ready for the playoffs, right? This is after 18 weeks, right? This is crazy. This is after 18 weeks, and there's still another week of games to be played. So that's the first thing that's like jarring. Like it's the fact that, bro, it's week 18, and they still got another week of games to play. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. It's like that's a longer season. The other thing I feel like about this, like I'm just like just kind of watching up, catching up. This is what somebody said this. Every single game on the board looks winnable. Somebody said this, but it's like true. Every single game on the board looks winnable. Every single game looks winnable. Why is that? This feels like this is just this is my podcast, this fake Rockstar Chat Show. I'm just sharing everybody listen. Opinions are like a-hoes. Listen. I just feel like all the good teams, there's no powerhouses. And what this makes me feel like is they told all the good teams don't be good this year. They told all the good teams don't be good this year. Let somebody else win. This is like, that's what the season feels like. That's what watching these games feel like. It really feels like that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even as far as like fixing games, it's scripted and this and the third. This feels like it was like, yeah, all the good teams, all the actual good teams and players, yeah, just go ahead and just take the year off. Don't do that. Don't do too well. Don't do too well. So I don't know. I will say the only team that I actually kind of sort of rooting for, because I kind of felt bad for the guy. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, because he has to play against Patrick Mahomes every time. Is Buffalo. I'm actually like rooting for Buffalo. I haven't watched none of that stuff, but yeah. Let me see, Carolina. Yeah, I would like to see. It's the fact that when people said the Chiefs, this is why I say it's like really jarring. It's like bro, what is going on? When the Chiefs, it was like a while ago. It was like the Chiefs might not make the playoffs, right? It was like the Chiefs might not make the playoffs. I was like, and then you hear that you're like, nah, ain't no way. And then it's like a real. That's like, yo, the Chiefs really didn't make the playoffs. And that's crazy. This is like when Jordan took the 2 years off of the at the NFL. I mean in the NBA. And so it's like somebody else can get a ring. Like this is just crazy. Um Now the other thing I'm sitting here saying is that like if you go ahead and watch anybody play, like look at this, like the Steelers. The Steelers are the 4 seed. They just lost to the Browns. The Steelers are the 4 seed. They just lost to the Browns, like recently. They recently lost to the Browns. And so there's like a couple teams. I think there was like I think the Chargers had started off 7-1 and ended up 8-8. Chargers and the Bucks have like this similar story of like starting off whatever. Like how you start off 7-1 and then end up 8-8. That's crazy. That was crazy. I think that's the Colts. I think that's the Colts or not the Chargers. I didn't mean to say Chargers. I meant like it was either Colts and the Bucks. Like started off like really well and then like just went down. Now the reason I'm saying here saying this is because who also ends up 8-8? The Ravens. And I'm watching the Ravens and I'm like mind you, if you saw how the Ravens started, Derrick Henry, Derrick Henry is just like, how do I even explain this? I just Derrick Henry's still fumbling, bro. And it's like, bro, not only did he get his money, he's a veteran. He's supposed to be like one of the top premier running backs. Bro, that man is a fumble machine. Derrick Henry's a fumble machine. The Ravens were actually this is why I say this joint is really bad. Like we had some good playoffs these last few whatchamacallits with the Ravens, the Chiefs, and then I know it was looking kind of whatever, but it was just like son, like we had some good teams, and like I just feel like they didn't. I feel like they just I feel like they just told all the good teams like don't have a good year, just be average. Like Lamar went down for however long, and then they barely doing anything. Lamar went down for however long. Um, the Chiefs is not up there. Like the Chiefs is very. Patrick Mahomes wasn't even playing. Patrick Mahomes wasn't even playing. Um, there's no powerhouses, right? There's no powerhouses. So it's one of those. Now you know how people be talking about like, oh no, like you got like teams who like will consistently go to the playoffs or win, right? And it's like they're legitimately nice though. And the one thing about it is like, yo, they're good. They're good. I'm not I'm not explaining this right. Like they're just good. They're nice. So it's like it's a reason they keep winning. They keep like they're just that nice at it. And so like this right here is my nah. But looking at this, bro, um, and how do I say this? Watching these teams, bro. Watching these teams. Um, let me see. Check this. Yeah, like with this, the teams are like, how do I explain this, bro? They're not good. Like, I don't know how to explain this thing, bro. None of these teams are like, I don't watch, like it used to be something, right? When you hear like commentators and spectators like talk about the game and they used to talk about like the eye test and stuff like that, none of these teams will put fear in you. Like, you see, I'm trying to whatchamacallit, bro. I'm just kind of talking circularly around it. Maybe it'll come to me. Like, but for instance, when the '07 Patriots, didn't nobody want to play them? You didn't want to play them, or like there were teams that you was like you did not want to play, bro. Like they were not like when I say they were good, it's like these teams over here. When I watch them play, all these teams, bro. None of these teams are powerhouses. None of them are legitimately good. Like they seem like this. It's a everybody's average. Everybody's average, bro. Everybody's average, and it's like it's this. I feel like I feel like the people have like they grew up watching the sport a certain way, and so like now they holding on to that, and it's just like, bro, it's a new league, it's a new day, and this and the third. And it's like, son, how much are they explaining this? Okay, there's one thing about going from like college to NFL is like how clean the games are. Like that's why I never really could watch college for real, for real. Like the games are messy, and it gets like there's always these big plays, and just like it's just a whole bunch of whatever. Like that's the difference with college though. Like it just feels a little bit messier. It's just but it's like big play, like more likely to happen, all this other stuff. But when you get to the NFL, it cleans up. Like these are professionals, right? This is the top of the top, like whatever, right? When I watch these teams play, bro, they just all very pedestrian. They're very average. Nobody's like really good, and they still falter. They still, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to try to when I was first watching the beginning of the year, I'm like, okay, they're gonna have to. How do I explain this? They're gonna have to like. You could watch your team and be like, okay, man, if they just clean this up, if they just clean this up, like that type of thing, right? That's how I used to kind of watch it. I'm like, oh, okay, bro, if they just clean this up, they just clean that up, like. But it wasn't always like, you see what I'm saying? Um, like after a while, you be like, okay, bro, like you should kind of have this down packed already. You should kind of have this down packed. Um, all these teams, like they used to say like they had the term well-oiled machine. They have the term well-oiled machine. None of them are like that. None of these teams are powerhouses. None of these teams are you would be scared to play for, like play against. None of these teams are like fearful. You be like, oh my goodness, I gotta go play this team. They're not that good. And like the if the years pass, like when you had the Chiefs going back to back to back, that three-peat was a like. This is why we needed that. This is why you need the dynasty. This is why you need the powerhouse. This ain't kind of weak, bro. I don't like this. I don't like this. It's a lot of average, like just bad, like, and bro, like even watching it, bro, like if I when I watch the Chiefs play, I be like, bro, they throwing the game, bro. I don't feel like they actually even trying. I was watching the Ravens. I was like, bro, come on, bro. What are y'all doing? Like, that's one. This is on. Those are the only way I can sit here and try to like make that a thing. Like, if you just watch, like the older powerhouses of like, bro, this team like nice and this team really good. Like you, and then watch it at night, like, okay, bro, just why are y'all like this? That's what I'm trying. I can't figure that joint out, bro. I can't figure that joint out. That joint is it's just weird to me. It's just weird to me. There's no powerhouse. There's no top tier team. Like these joints are free for all. And so you know how like that's how people wanted it. They was like, bro, I'm tired of the same teams always playing. I'm tired of seeing the same teams always play and seeing all the same teams always win and da da da. So this feels like, oh well, all the good teams aren't there now, so you got a chance to do whatever you're trying to do. But watching these teams, like they're not good, and then like that's why it's like that's my only thing I can sit here and say these teams aren't legitimately that good. So it's like I kind of understand why, like you don't actually want to see, and that's just I don't actually want to. You don't actually want to see these teams like in like getting that far in the playoffs and whatnot. They're not that good. Like you're not gonna sit here and tell me like, oh yeah, like it's one of them. Like any one of these teams win, and you can't say him like, oh yeah, you just feel like they were the best team and this and the third. Nah, it feels like, bro, like they just I don't know, just gave it to them. Like they just had to let somebody else win. This is what this whole season feels like. This season feels like we just gotta let somebody else win. Like this was out of it, like in the NBA, like this is why when they talk about NBA being scripted, it's because they're like, bro, we had dynasties, and for the fan base, they get tired of seeing this and this. Them niggas is nice, bro. Like stop trying to like just trying to do whatever so that they don't win. Then they nice, bro. Like, and you don't actually want to see these other teams win, bro. But like, they got to spread the money around. They need to get money and the economy boosted over here. And that's why I just couldn't rock with this, bro. I just kind of just couldn't rock with this game, bro. Like this feels like every team over here. I'm not gonna say that they trash. I'm not saying that they trash, but it feels like they told all the good teams, take this one off, man. Take this one off. Like that's why I say, legitimately, if the Bucks, no, not the Bucks. Let's see. That's why everything is like surprising. Like, oh, this team is there and this team is there. That's why everything is surprising, bro. The Bills, of like the Bills. I did watch the Seahawks. I did watch the Seahawks, but nobody. This is what I'm trying to say. Nobody gives you like this intimidating fear, like this intimidating whatever to say. Like, oh no, this team nice, bro. Like nobody gives that feeling. Like you don't. You're not watching any game and be like, oh man, yo, this team top tier. You don't feel like that about none of these teams. None of these teams do you feel like they're a top team. Like, but the term is like powerhouse. None of these teams feel like that. None of these teams feel like that. All of these teams, and this is why I say it feels like, this is like, if the Ravens just play to their ability, or the Chiefs just play to their ability, like they would wipe all of these teams. None of these teams are the good teams, bro. They're not good. They're not entertaining either. That's every game feels super average, bro. These are all average. And it's just like, this whole playoffs is just like, you're gonna let one of the average teams win. That's what this joint feels like. We're gonna let one of the average teams win. You don't want you can't name players off of these teams, bro. Bro, I gotta watch these. I'm like, yo, who's on this team? Who's on this team? You can't name nobody, bro. This is what, like, when they talk about markability and superstar power, like, those are the things that start to come up in this game, bro. Bro, look at these teams, bro. You can't name nobody, bro. You can't name nobody without looking it up. Who's the quarterback for the Seahawks? You don't know. You don't know who the quarterback for the Broncos is. You don't know. This joint weird. This joint is weird, bro. The whole playoffs is full of average teams. And you don't trust none of these teams. You don't trust none of these teams, bro. This is like, and it is because it's a one Jane, it's on the third. Like, if it was honestly, legitimately, who you think should be winning the game? Like, this is why it was so weird when Lamar Jackson went down and the Ravens is in the third. You're like, bro, y'all shouldn't be like this. Y'all shouldn't be like this, bro. That's why this whole game weak, bro. I don't trust none of these teams, bro. I don't know who won the Super Bowl last year, bro. I don't know who played in the Super Bowl last year. This is what ever since the Chiefs went three. The Chiefs had the chance for a three-peat. This is why they should have did it, bro. This is why I say everything is peaked and nothing is getting better. Everything, movies, sports, all entertainment. Everything is peaked and nothing is getting better. This is not getting no better, bro. This is not getting no better, bro. This is crazy. Like you gotta really sit here and do like the research for this jump, bro. Like I'm sitting here looking at Drake May on the Patriots. I'm like, yo, is he really that nice? He was the third overall pick. In what year? Exactly. he a second year, bro. He a second year. He got drafted in 2024. Cause I'm saying like, oh, is Drake May really that nice? He was drafted, whatchamacallit, bro. And he on the Patriots. It's good to see like you like, bro, like you want to see the Patriots, but you can't name nobody, bro. I think Stephon Diggs is on the Patriots. Yeah, I think Stephon Diggs is on the Patriots. So like, this is why there's no sleeper team. Ain't no sleeper team for real. There's no sleeper team. So I don't get this. I don't get this. I don't understand this. Like, I don't know if this is how you fix their ratings or anything like that. Just, you don't fix your ratings by just having all the average teams compete just because you want like this city or that city to finally feel like they got something, they doing something. No, that's not. I don't, this is what you thought you wanted. You thought you wanted like your average team to go to the playoffs, and that's not the case. These are not entertaining. like I said, if we go down the list of you just being an average watcher or anything like that, you don't have to, you can't name people off of these teams, bro. And that's what I'm sitting here trying to say. There's no superstar. There's no like, and the fact that you can't name nobody off these teams, they're not good. That's the whole point. Like you used to sit there and watch stuff, and you'd be like, oh, it didn't matter if you rooted for that team or not. It don't matter if you rooted for the team or not. You just know like, oh man, these people about to play. You at least knew a couple names on the team. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And if I don't make any other point and it's on the third, that right there, the one seed, the one seed off the Seahawks and the one seed off the Broncos, you don't know nobody on the team. If you know the quarterback, that's it. If you know the quarterback, that's it. This is how I say, these are not good teams. These are not good teams. You cannot name their household names. Don't. Who plays on the Steelers? Aaron Rodgers. That would be a surprising fact. Right? Aaron Rodgers. The one boy who plays on the Texans, I don't know his name. Can't name nobody off the Chargers. Trevor Lawrence, and that's because I was looking for Travis Hunter to see what Travis Hunter do. Travis Hunter went out in week 7. Travis Hunter played like 7 games and showed a little spark, but didn't do nothing. Travis Hunter, you could technically say he was a bust. The Bills at that 7 seed is a sleeper. Actually, the Bills at a 7 seed is a sleeper. So if the Bills win, you be like, well, shoot, it is the Bills. The Patriots at number 2, Drake May. Remember, I just told you he got drafted last year. Stephon Diggs is also over there. Bo Nix is the quarterback for the Broncos, and Sam Darnold is the quarterback for the Seahawks. I just looked all this stuff up, though. Can't name nobody on the Panthers. San Fran, Rams. The Eagles was the former champs. I didn't know nothing about the Packers. I haven't seen anything about the Packers. You see what I'm saying? You want this and the third. You trying to see this and the third. The last time the Packers was relevant was when who was the quarterback? Exactly, Brett Favre. And the Bears, I watched the Bears play, bro. And I'm sitting here thinking, the Bears weren't nice, bro. I don't know why. And this is what I'm sitting here trying to say, bro. These teams that's at 1, 2, 3, none of these teams are nice, bro. None of these teams are nice, bro. These aren't. I'm watching these teams play, and I'm like, they winning. They're winning. They're beating people. And anytime they lose, it's like, it's okay. No, like when any of these teams lose, bro, it's you're not surprised. When any of these teams lose, you're not surprised. That's why everybody's average. Everybody's average. None of these teams are good, bro. Everybody's very average. We have a whole playoff slot of average teams. I don't know who's the favorite. And the reason you say any of these teams could lose, bro, and they have lost any of the whatchamacallit have lost to trash teams this year. Any team that you thought was good has lost to a trash team this year. Any team you thought was good has lost to a trash team this year, bro. No, bro. All these teams is average. All this gang is weak. This whole gang is weak, bro. This whole gang is weak, bro. I'm trying to tell you. And this is why I ain't never understand it. But now I understand. Like, when people are like, it's the eye test. You watch these teams like, bro, they not nice. It's not nice, bro. They not nice, bro. You can barely name anybody on any of these teams. If it ain't your favorite team, you can barely name anybody. But that's the point I'm sitting here saying. When I was growing up, you knew, like, okay, dang, okay, they about to play. And you kind of like, oh, they might win. Like, you don't have the inkling. You don't have that feeling or inkling about none of this. None of these teams make you feel like they're about to go to. None of these teams, matter of fact, none of these teams scream Super Bowl. None of these teams like, bro, that's a Super Bowl team, bro. None of these teams scream Super Bowl. None of these teams scream Super Bowl, bro. At all. I'm not watching none of these teams like, oh dang, that's a championship team. Don't none of them. This is so average, bro. Mediocrity. Oh gosh. We as a society, we used to be a proper country. We've let mediocrity just run everything. This is why you don't give out participation trophies. We've let we have let all like it's because so many people are average. So many people are average and just whatever. And you got but you have that's the lot and that's the majority. And so um you're trying to let but this is that it's just as that, bro. It's just as that. You're trying to let you're trying to let average people feel good. And that's not okay. And this is what you get. You letting the average people feel good. And this is trash. You just end up with trash. This sucks. This junk sucks, bro. Um, this is, I don't know. You know, they be trying to like design the third and uh, spread out the, you know, the talent with this side of the third. But no, sir. No, sir. I don't. These aren't Super Bowl teams. You can't even think to say, oh yeah, like they're for sure. Like they've been waxing everybody. No, no, no. It's a battle of the averages here. It's very mundane.